Hey fam, guess who's back? So I've just been doing some brainstorming and just thinking about the last year and a half or so. I can say I've been a nurse for a year and a half, and that is insane to me. I've also been thinking about my whole YouTube journey and reasons why YouTubers, especially nurse YouTubers, fall off. We're super gung ho about our videos and informing our peoples and doing our day in the life, week in the life, whatever, while we're in nursing school. And all of a sudden you graduate and you get your first job and you stop making videos. Why? Because the process of becoming a nurse is so hard. It is exhausting. And I don't know if it's the same for day shift, but at night, you're not just learning how to become a nurse, you're learning how to work with a new schedule, a schedule that is not normal for any human being and totally flips the script on your body. So I can say I don't know about all the other YouTubers out there, but for me, the process of my residency, the 7 weeks I did in residency, plus preceptorship, plus just life and just the learning curve of becoming a nurse, especially in the emergency room, I didn't have time for no videos. There was no time at all. I think I made one when I was in residency, and that's all I had in me. But I'm saying I'm back, and I have so much content for you. I have so many ideas, so many videos I want to put out there and let you know that becoming a nurse is hard, but just like nursing school is hard, we can do hard things. So today's video is a reintroduction to who I am, because I have changed a lot in the last 18 months, and life as a new grad in the ER. So if you're interested in hearing about all of that, I want you to thumbs up this video, I want you to subscribe, and I want you to watch till the end. So let's start with the reintroduction. You already know me, I'm Ms. Tamara B. I am a single working mom who is no longer a nursing student, but a registered nurse for a whole year and a half. I live in South Florida. I have a beautiful, wonderful, spunky 3-year-old daughter. I am totally in love. Your girl's in a relationship and she is so very in love. Since I have graduated nursing school, I have lost about 90 pounds. Y'all see it? Y'all see it? I have lost approximately 90 pounds. And I mean, y'all saw me go through nursing school wanting to lose weight and not having the ability to do it. Let me tell you something, getting onto the floor and being on my feet for 12 and a half hours and I would cry going home because my knees and my hips hurt so bad. I said enough is enough. If I am going to do well in this career, I cannot carry this weight around any longer. And bada bing, bada boom, a year and a half later, your girl's gone from 283 to 190. Boom, baby. So that's a huge change. I've also officially been divorced. And I can say I got my bachelor's degree, right? I'm about to start my Master's of Science in Nursing Education. And I'm back on YouTube. So that's me, that's your girl. Now let's talk about life as a new grad in the ER. I think the number one question people want to know is, do you regret it? The short answer is no. The long answer is no, I don't regret it. But if I would do it over again, I would probably start in a step down unit. That's crazy, right? Because before I graduated, I said to myself, I don't want to work a floor. I don't want to deal with patients for my whole shift, the same patient. And what if they nag me and annoy me? I didn't want to work the floor. I thought that it would just be wiping butts all day and it would be boring. And I didn't want that for myself. I thought that I wanted the action of the emergency room and the acuity of the emergency room. Well, it turns out that working in the ER is about 5% action and 95% Tylenol, sandwiches, and wiping butts. You know, the biggest difference is that on the floor you have CNAs who do the majority of the wiping butts, and every once in a while, and probably often, you wipe a butt too. In the ER, the nurses do all the wiping of the butts. We give out all the sandwiches. We do all the fetching of the water. And of course, we medicate with tons of Tylenol and ibuprofen and lidocaine patches. If you think you're getting into the emergency room because you're going to be doing chest compressions and you're going to be cardio burning people, like if you think you're getting into it for the trauma of it, for the STEMI alerts and the stroke alerts, wind it back. That is such a small portion of it. We do get a lot of critical patients. We end up holding a lot of ICU patients, a lot of step down patients, people on BiPAP, people that end up intubated. We do get to see that, but that's not the majority of your work. So no, I do not regret starting in the ER, but if I had to do it again, I would start on step down. I think that there is something to be learned about bedside manner. There's something about not having to crash dive into nursing skills, but learn them slowly but surely. In the ER, the learning curve is like 0 to 100, just like that. In 7 weeks, you got to learn everything you need to learn to not kill people, okay? Okay, so pros of working in the ER is you learn such a wide variety of skills. IVs, Foleys, NG tubes. You get to see a lot of intubation, so you get to push a lot of intubation meds. We see a wide variety of patients. So you can have a day where all you see is like nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, right? But then you could have a day where you have a stroke, you put somebody on BiPAP, you know, there's a STEMI alert. You can have a person with back pain. You can have like it runs the gamut. Like you see tons of patients each shift, and all different types of patients. So we see patients of every age, every race, every ethnicity, every religion. Like from top to bottom. We see them coming from nursing homes. We see them coming from home. We see them coming transferred from other hospitals, from freestanding EDs, from the urgent care. Like, you see them for tummy aches. You see the 2-year-old that can't keep anything down. You see an 80-year-old, I don't know, that has ongoing diarrhea for 3 days. You see someone who's 50 at altered mental status. You see everything in the ER, and that, I think, you learn a lot and you learn it very fast. So some of the cons of starting off in the ER is you learn a lot and you learn it fast, but you're not an expert in any of it. We don't, you know, you have tons of skills, but there's not one skill that you can say, I am the end all be all. This is my specialty. This is what I do. And can't no other nurse do it like I do. No, we don't get that in the ER. So a wide variety of skills, but you're not an expert in any of them. You just kind of know the basics of it. I would say that if you're in the field long enough and you see enough of it, you can probably eventually maybe become an expert if it's really your call in life to be an ED nurse for 30 years or whatever. You could possibly maybe become an expert in it. But as a new grad, it ain't gonna work like that. I think another con is that uh, unless you have like a natural, like a knack for like patient care, you don't send up your patients in the best condition, you know? Like, what I found was in my first couple of weeks, unknowingly, I sent up my patients having crapped themselves, having pissed themselves, not changed into a gown. If for some reason their IV was like leaking or something, like let's just say the cap wasn't on good and there was like blood on their arm that I cleaned up and, you know, fixed, like there could be blood somewhere, like if there was blood on the blanket, like you just, there's certain things that unless you're like horrified by seeing, like eventually I learned and I got better, you know. Sometimes you don't know better, so you don't do better, but when you are more confident in who you are as a nurse and you realize it's so much more than just line lab and meds, and it's about the whole person, taking care of them completely, then think like you won't send up dirty patients. But it seems like a con, but it's also the nature of the ER in the sense that we're here to stabilize the patient. We're not here to, you know, care for them long term, which would mean cleaning them up and getting them into like a better place holistically. That is the goal, you know, that should be the goal. But the most important part is stabilizing them. And sometimes you stabilize them and then you have to send them straight to the floor. But I think ultimately, the more comfortable you get in your practice as a nurse, the better you get at treating your patients holistically, getting them cleaned up, getting them feeling good mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, so that you can send them to the floor in a really good place. So yeah, it's a con that's like, it's a con that's like, it's just the environment of the ER. What else is another con? A con is sometimes not having all of the resources, as in people and supplies, you need to be able to do the job as efficiently as is expected of you. And this could be a new grad thing, it could be an ER thing, it could be situational to where I work, but I feel like this is a shared experience amongst all nurses, that we don't always have the resources, as in people and supplies, to do the job efficiently and in a way that makes us happy and the patients happy and administration happy and management happy. Like, overall, being a new grad nurse is exciting. I don't regret starting where I am. I am happy that I have learned everything that I've learned. I am so grateful for the growth that I have experienced over this year and a half, and I wouldn't trade that for a thing. I honestly, I have done some per diem work as a pre-op nurse, and if I didn't have the IV skills that I have, I would not have been a successful pre-op nurse. So starting off in the ER, and I guess this is like another pro, is that you have a lot of skills that allow you to be able to do per diem jobs in other fields, and so you can make your extra coin, you know what I'm saying? So my next video, I'm hoping, is gonna be maybe a day in the life. But I have tons of videos for you, and I'm gonna list them in the description box below so you can get excited because your girl is back. I love you. God bless you. Bye.